Today I'm going to be doing a book review on the book The Faraway Inn by Sarah Beth Durst. So this is so far the third book I've read out of the books that she has written. I do think, I do know that she's either releasing either one or two more new books. I think they're being released at some point this year. I don't know when that is exactly, but my mom found that one out for me. She's like, I think this woman is releasing two more books in case you're interested. I've read The Spell Shop, I've read The Enchanted Greenhouse, and for anyone who is looking for a review on that, I do actually have a review on The Enchanted Greenhouse. So far I liked those two books, so I thought, why not go ahead and read this one? I heard a lot of good reviews about it, so I wanted to go ahead and give it a go. I will say though, the cover is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to be completely honest as I share this review. This book was 100% predictable. I knew immediately from the first less than 10 pages of this book, I knew what was going to happen between two of the characters, because the best way that I could describe this book is a Hallmark movie mystery. That is the best way that I can describe it, because it had that vibe to it. Now, I will be honest though, I really wanted this to be a 5-star review here, or a 5-star read, but I ended up giving it 3.5, and you can see here that I was pausing for a minute, and that was because I was trying to figure out, do I give it 4 stars, do I give it 5 stars, but I ended up giving it 3.5 stars, and I will explain why. So basically the whole premise of this book is the 16-year-old girl, she goes to, I think it's Vermont, to help out her great aunt at her great aunt's bed and breakfast for the summer, because she wants to get away. She had a very bad, very humiliating breakup, and she just wants to get away from the guy. She wants to get away from the thoughts of him, all that type of stuff. And so she goes to this bed and breakfast to use it as a way to help out her aunt, but she also wants to, like I said, get away from everything until, fall hits. And she ends up meeting one of the boys that works there, and basically ends up falling for him, which I could tell, like I said, from the first not even 10 pages that was going to happen. And when she gets there, she finds out that her great aunt actually does not want her there. She doesn't want her helping. She doesn't want her there because the great aunt's attitude is, you have no idea what running this is like. You have no idea what goes into this. You're just going to walk out. You're not going to do anything. She just doesn't want her there. And this woman, this 16-year-old girl is like, what happened? And basically, without giving any spoilers away, because I try not to give any spoilers away in my reviews here, basically, throughout the whole book, it's trying to convince this aunt to let her stay. And she does end up getting more and more days there. She finds out that she can bake. She meets all these guests that come back to the end. She learns about the end. And basically, by the end of the book, not only does she fall for this guy, but this guy falls for her. And she finds out a lot. She finds out why this boy's dad has been missing for 3 years. She finds out this whole family drama about the inn. She learns the truth about her great aunt and the magic that this inn has. And at the very end, she is told that she can come back. Basically, the great aunt can make these portals to her bedroom door, her college dorm room, all that type of stuff. So she's allowed to come back when she's done with school, weekends, etc. And she's really happy because she loves this inn. But she also finds out that she has this gift. She has, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Hallmark mixed with, if anyone's ever seen that movie or the book, that Mrs. Pettigrew's Particular Children book, I think it is, one scene of that book really freaked me out. That's kind of what it felt like, mixed with a little bit of Narnia, and I'm trying to think of the last one that I was just thinking about. It was a mixture of different, it just reminded me of like multiple different things just put into one book, like different aspects from like Hallmark, Narnia, all of this type of stuff. And it's just, it's interesting because there's some turns in it and you're like, huh? And like the entire time, I did feel like the book was very predictable, which is why I gave it 3.5 stars, because a lot of the mystery was actually was like in like a quarter of the book at the end. And I didn't necessarily like that, because I was like, there are parts of the story that I did not even think needed to be in the book. And I was like, more mystery, please. Like, let's put some mystery in like the first 3/4 of this book also. Like, come on, like not all of it has to be in like the final chapter. I was like, really? And that's the part of the book that I did not necessarily enjoy, was the lack of the mystery. The mystery was good, but it just needed more of it. And would I recommend this book? Yes, I would. I think it's a very good book. I do think it is worth a read, especially if you just like a cozy fantasy book. If you like a little bit of mystery, I would definitely recommend it. Was there any spice in it? No, there was not. Was there some mild language in it? Yes, there was. But I feel like, unfortunately, in today's world, it is easier to find a book with no spice than it is to find a book with no bad language, if that makes sense. Like, I've read some books that are like for like, I want to say like tweens, because again, sometimes going to like that age group of books is easier to find than those spice stuff, but there's still really bad language sometimes in those books. And for me personally, I mean, this may not bother anyone. I don't need this. I don't need the bad language, but again, I think it's easier to find a book that has no spice in it, but that's just personally me. Again, that may not bother anyone, but that's just my own personal opinion. But overall, I would recommend this book. I think it was very good, very well written. I just wish that there was more mystery, but yeah, I think it was still good though.